Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. That's right.
Happy Thursday.
It is Happy Thursday once again. Came really, really quick.
Man.
But here we are.
These weeks is flying by. flying by.
And we are on Hot 702.5 FM. It is Get It Together. Get Vegas are the initials. And you're here with Jnine.
And Jezzi.
And Tay. In the house. So, how's everybody doing today? I think we should take a minute to do our breather.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
You can even see some baby haters. Yeah, let's take that moment.
Because these days never stop. Ooh. We always move.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
In and out. I'm telling you, it's really important to be in the moment.
Yes.
So as we get it together, everybody take that breather and shake it all off. Take this moment. This is a moment. These are moments. And that's all we have is moments.
Yes.
Right? Moments that build
indeed.
Memories and lives, and it builds time, but it's moments by moment. So yeah. How's everybody doing today?
It's good. Well,
I had a good day.
Good.
Energized a little bit. And
nice.
End of the week.
Mine's all right.
What was that?
I'll just leave it there. Mine's all right.
Okay. All right. Well,
this is a story for after the show.
Well, we got a lot of little stories in here, but I'm gonna need to know what are the top three.
It was two.
There was two casinos.
It was El Cortez and Casino Royale.
Where is that one?
Right.
I can tell you right now because I pulled up.
So while she's pulling it up, let me tell you, I got an El Cortez story. So El Cortez is downtown. It's Fremont, y'all. So anybody listening, it's downtown. And it's near the jail. Okay. So when they let you out at 3 or 4 in the morning, if you got any money, you walk into the El Cortez while you waiting on your ride. Well, so I see why that might be popping.
Yeah, you're gonna hit. It is by the game. It's verified by the Gaming Commission, the loosest casino in Las Vegas, and Casino Royale is number 2, and it's nestled between the Venetian and Harrah's. It's right in between. It's like a little hole-in-the-wall casino that's between the Venetian and Harrah's.
Right. Okay. Anyway,
now we're
gonna put that to the side. So
she just
I did a little restaurant investigation. So this is the restaurant corner where we talk about the inspections. That everybody's doing pretty good, I will report. Good. So the few that did make what I consider my shit list, but it is because it's a C grade, 20 demerits or more is on my hit list. Park MGM room service kitchen.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a little rough. It was a little rough because I didn't even know we were still doing room service, but it's been a minute.
Well, I guess if they bring buffets back. Room services is what it is.
It should be, yeah. I mean, that's part of sustaining yourself. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Park MGM room service kitchen had 24 demerits, so they got a C grade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not trying to knock nothing, but it is what it is.
Right.
3770 South Las Vegas Boulevard. For any, so the other one was the Imperial Sushi and Seafood Buffet. We're going to talk about these buffets here.
Imperial.
5845 Spring Mountain.
Okay, so not too far from here.
They had a C grade. They got 38 demerits, so they were close to being shut down. They were close to definitely. So, yeah, that's not a good look.
Is that one of them Asian food buffets?
Imperial Sushi.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She. Duh. Macy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, get it together. Now this is a spot that I like. I tend to like these. It's Rosati's.
Italian.
It's pizza.
Okay.
Where's
it located?
An Italian, yeah. So that's the one me and Mom likes over in North Las Vegas, but it wasn't that location.
Okay.
This was 8001 North Durango. So North Durango has been getting some shade here lately. They have not been. They've not been. I don't know. That's been like a common thread up there.
You got to get it together. It's too close to home.
Right.
A little too close. So, and it's too close to anybody's home for y'all to be doing what y'all doing. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You're affecting the community when you're not living up to the standards. And they're obtainable.
Right.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I know people have bad days and bad situations, but get it together. So, Rosati's is the one that we order our open face pizza from. Me and
Is it
Yonana.
like a deep dish?
That deep dish.
Okay.
That Chicago style.
Ooh,
Kinda
I like Chicago style.
Yeah,
pizza.
and it comes as close to the one in Berkeley, Zachary's.
Zach's? Okay,
Zachary's is the spot. Shout out to the Bay Area. Zachary's
I'm
is
so glad you remembered that name.
Listen, let me tell you how I remembered it. I worked at Dryer's Ice Cream, right?
Oh, right.
So that was our spot.
Was it across the street from Dryer's?
It was down the street.
I remember that.
Yeah, so
they pizza was fire.
Still is.
Oh my god.
Still is. It's consistent, and you can barely get in there.
I bet.
Right? Because it's just a little small spot.
Yeah, it is.
So if you can grab your spot and sit, you lucky. Yeah. Shout out to Zachary's in the Bay Area.
Nice.
So that's what that's the equal to that. If you want to get that open style pizza,
okay.
It's Rosati. So Rosati's get it together because you have a reputation, and their reputation is Chicago style.
And what was their grade?
It was a C grade. They got 30 demerits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taylor say,
right.
So, and then the last one was a Taquiza's La Bonita.
Your mama is wrong. You know she wrong.
1935 Fremont Street. So Fremont Street, get your shit together because you and Imperial Sushi's y'all came neck and neck. It was 36 demerit and you got a C grade. 36 is pretty high.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Pretty high.
So yeah, that just kind of leads me right on into the whole buffet thing because it's back.
Yep, they are
I
back.
have not been to a buffet in years.
Really?
Yeah, it's been
Man.
before COVID for sure.
Let me see. Well, they were before COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a fan
I think
of
the
buffets.
last one, no, that wasn't a buffet. Yeah, I can't even remember.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a minute. And when I walk by them, the lines are there now, so people have some sort of trust in the process. So you went there for your birthday.
Yeah, I
Please
went
share.
to.
Yes.
So out of the top 10 in Vegas, I went to number 3, the Bacchanal Buffet inside Caesar's Palace. It was fire. I ain't even gonna lie. It was crab and lobster and shrimp, and the crab wasn't cold crab. They had hot crab, but they served it to you, so you wasn't just digging around in the pan, which was good. The other thing I liked about it is because they have a lot of pre-portioned servings that all you have to do is pick it up, walk away.
Oh, I like that.
So
I hate touching on
the spoons and
That
those.
should be a thing of the past. I don't
It's
want to
not,
go to,
unfortunately, but
not.
it's just not a lot of it. It's not prevalent. I
Okay.
guess it just depends on the dish specifically, but most of it is portioned off already.
Okay.
And I'm like, ooh, I like that. I really like
Absolutely.
that.
And I actually did go to a buffet it was actually when I went to Mexico a few years ago. But they had a whole routine. You walk in, they spray in your hands, and you got to put the gloves on, take them off when you leave. So some places do have a routine.
And stepped up there.
And stepped their game
that's
up.
my expectation. We can't go back to the full norm.
No.
That's what I know.
No, we shouldn't.
No, we should.
Because people are still nasty. Lord have mercy. That ain't changed. I don't even care if you go to a high-end buffet. People still be doing
They do things subconsciously. They don't realize.
Well,
right. How you don't know to cover your mouth?
Right.
Yeah.
When you walking through a restaurant with your plate in your hand, do something.
But here's my thing too. It's the idea that you could do it non-knowingly because you go back to your area. You start eating. You you know what I'm saying? And then
That's
you
got to
go back and get your then you got to go back and get your refill. So it's kind of it's even that. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
That makes it difficult for me to kind of get back into the buffet world. But if they're using precautions, Caesars, I've always loved their buffet.
Yeah,
so I know they paid a pretty penny. Happy birthday to you.
Ooh, man, it was 4 of us. That bill was, just the food alone was $350 for 4 people.
Oh, so
and then there was $100. We had $100 worth of alcohol, and that was just 3 of us drinking. All 4 of us didn't even have nothing to drink, and that was 1 drink.
I do miss the full bars.
1 drink.
I do. Let me tell you what I miss. So, what was your favorite buffet when you was active? Because mine was Main Street.
I was gonna say Main Street.
Where's that?
That's what we were always
on Main
eat.
Street, downtown. So it's that whole Fremont area.
Oh, okay.
And so
they might
that
not be
was our
open.
go-to.
Okay.
Yeah, Main Street was good. I've still never been to the M because they used to have like the seafood.
That was my spot.
It's just 45 minutes away from the house, so I probably never get there.
Yeah, because it's like the very first. If you coming from California, it's the first exit off the freeway into Vegas or Henderson. And if you leave in Las Vegas, it's the last exit.
Yeah.
So it's a strike. And I lived out there. You know, I know why. You know, I didn't get a lot of visitors.
And it's kind of worth it because the M is kind of everything in terms of like representation of the Raiders. So they really got the Raiders back, and that's supposed to be their
We're going to have
their
to take
go-to.
a hike out to the M.
Oh, yeah, and it's worth it.
Oh, we used to go to Sam's Town, too. That used to
Sam's
be the spot for breakfast, for brunch.
Sure did.
Yeah, they got some interesting buffets that I didn't even know they had out here. Most of the hotels all have them.
Yeah.
Really.
Absolutely.
Aliante was one.
Right.
Yeah, when we really start thinking about how many we've been to, we've been to quite a few. We have. Yeah, we've been here a long time.
They talking about, I don't go to buffets.
They starting to pop up. I'm like, okay.
Popping up, yeah, because let me tell you something. If you knew a really good buffet in the city, it was the Texas, baby. The Texas was RIP to the Texas.
They were good too. For bingo, for buffet, 99-cent margaritas.
Oh, yeah, you turned me out to the 99-cent margaritas.
Killing it.
Let's go.
Yeah,
and them was real.
We used to have business meetings at the Texas buffet.
Okay.
Yeah, and they would do stuff like buy one, get one. So you was, but their food was always hot and fresh. I don't care. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It was always. I mean, it was just on point. So, yeah.
Nice.
A Vegas staple now gone.
It is, and it's a pile of dirt.
And they got rid of it quick.
And for those that did not get to experience the 99-cent margarita at the Fiesta, that didn't get to experience the live bands on stage and the clubs and the radio stations that would come and pop, you know what I'm saying? It was just, that was a whole different era it just can't be redone. But anyway, buffets are on the rise.
Yes,
They're back.
they are. They're
People
coming
are
back.
So we're gonna have to
Quietly, though, because I didn't even know the M Resort buffet was open because that was my favorite one.
And I don't hear anyone talking about they're going to eat at a buffet.
I don't.
Ever.
But the interesting part of it about the M, didn't hear anything about it, but my daughter was like, I tried to get reservations and they're 2 months out.
Oh, so we gotta, okay, so
you
that's
gotta
on my
have
list.
Yep,
Sometimes, so we're going to check out
And
that.
that would be smart because congregating outside ain't the greatest thing either. I don't want to be standing there. I could be gambling. Shit, it's other stuff I could be doing. You heard?
Yeah.
So,
we pretty consistent.
Well, that's cool.
We're pretty consistent with that
That's
one.
cool to know. I'm really glad because Vegas needs that comeback. But you're right. It's quiet.
It is.
They quietly
I'm not
doing
hearing nobody saying meet me at the buffet. No one's saying that.
I'm not
They
getting
like
it across my
meet me
Instagram.
at the soul food spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that too, because if you're supporting black communities, that's what it's about too. So
Right.
if y'all meeting in the hood and y'all meeting in the community and getting the community food, I ain't mad that you ain't going to the buffets, because the black businesses, they deserve it,
Yes, they do.
and they doing it out here.
Yeah,
And they not making this dirty dining list. Let's be clear.
that's fire right there. That's enough
They're
to
not
intrigue me
making-
all in itself.
Yeah, that's good.
They're
That's
making
real
the
good.
cut. So shout out to all Las Vegas across that's doing their thing in the restaurant industry and any other.
I like hearing that though. I really like hearing that our black restaurants, they doing their thing. They ain't on the dirty dining list, and that means y'all out there doing it. Fresh
Yeah.
food. Y'all washing y'all hands.
Yeah.
Y'all doing what y'all
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Yes. And showing up on routine.
Yes.
Because black people tend to have to work harder anyway.
Yes, they do.
But I'm going to respect the fact that you are doing that because it's compliance.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these places that are getting these grades are on routine inspection.
Yeah, so they know they coming. So
Salute.
why you not doing what
Yeah,
you need
why
to
you
do
ain't on your
in
game?
between? That's
Right.
weird. That's weirdo stuff to me.
I mean, you know, it's training, because you got to be doing it day in and day out. It can't just be on routine checkup.
Right.
That's where you're going to get caught slipping. You got to be living that life, and you got to be
Yes.
routine with it and no slippage. But that's what
about
we
that
entrust
life.
restaurants to do. That's our life when we come. Our life is in your hand when you are feeding us.
Absolutely. That's the truth, right? I mean,
So, yeah, get it together. Those of you who don't. So, I got breaking news real quick before we get into something else.
uh-oh.
I don't know if it's breaking for anybody else, but it's breaking news for me. Governor Joe Lombardo approved a bill, several reforms the state marijuana laws.
For Nevada?
I mean, there's a whole lot of other things that he should be signing bills for, but don't get me wrong, this is mental health.
You know we
it
THC
is.
friendly here, so you know our platform is THC friendly. So
This is mental health, and obviously they have accounted for that because it includes more than doubling the limit on the adult use of cannabis possession and purchases. So it's the omnibus measure. It's a Senate Bill 277, signed by the government on 5/14. So that ought to be in rollout, and I'm gonna go test the waters because it's gone from 1 ounce to 2.5 ounces.
And I was saying I thought it was already 2 ounces.
So yeah, she was over there.
he was already traveling accordingly. Huh?
Right.
Yeah, that's right. And the concentrates went up from 1/8 of an ounce to 1/4 of an ounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means the marijuana industry is advocating as they should to
Yep.
the
Yeah.
right places and doing what they need to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get
Exactly.
They
that
are.
bag.
And it's funny you should say that because it is easing the bans on individuals with felonies with convictions from operating or working in the cannabis business in Nevada. So let's just say I was a bud tender and I was on my shit and I was serving the community and I went to jail. Well, not only can I probably not get a job, but I can't even get a job in the industry that I helped build. So that's
Okay.
pretty much what that's saying.
Okay.
And they shouldn't have no problems getting back
Oh.
into the industry for employment. And so,
That's impressive. Too.
right,
Right.
So I think the biggest thing that they did that helped was they created this branch of the government. So it's the compliance board. So it's the Nevada Cannabis Compliance Board. So take it away from taxation because they don't know nothing about what they talking about. Taxation don't never know what they talk about when it comes to the dollars. So yeah, they put it into this board, and now this board is responsible for making sure that when they do roll these bills out, that they aren't a harm to the community and all that other blah 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 stuff. But let me see, it was a little bit more to it too. So anyone
impressed.
with convictions that need to petition the state, anyone with convictions would need to petition the state without having their record expunged. So that expungement process is long
Yes,
and drawn
it
out,
is.
and you
Yes,
may or
it
may not,
is.
and the paperwork got to be dotted right. So this this bill helps them get employment, and I don't have to go through the expungement process because I need work now.
Right,
Y'all saying y'all
right.
need help, and you probably will with all this stuff you got going on.
And it's
Yeah.
regarding marijuana. Come on.
I know.
Just
I don't
let-
even
yeah.
see.
Come on, rip up
Yeah.
all these marijuana convictions.
convictions and get them.
Yeah,
Get
and
them
stop
men
with the red
home.
tape on that shit because
Right.
you failed with your war on drugs.
You,
it
failed
was an epic
miserably.
Yeah, and you just put one net out there, and now you got to figure it out. So figure it out. And it should have been figured out because y'all knew legalization was coming.
Yeah.
Right.
So rip it
Like a
all
Mack
up
truck.
and
But
let
you
these
know,
people live.
they didn't care though because they still want that free labor and that income that is driven from having people locked up on bullshit.
So Controlled Substances
Excuse my
Act,
language.
they're going to they're removing the marijuana from the state's Uniform Controlled Substance Act. So whatever that act is that includes marijuana as a crime, they're looking to take that completely out of that act and end the federal prohibition on cannabis. So this group is actively working to make Nevada what it needs to be. And so there was one other little key thing that it was given authority to issue licenses. So the compliance board was given authority to issue licenses to business with stakeholders that have prior felony convictions. So I think they, making sure they cover people at the top too. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna be too mad if they get pulled over and my car smelling like a whole tree.
Yes, they are.
They are.
Yeah.
That is
Because
still
we
like
were actually-
driving under the influence.
Yeah,
I
so
don't do that.
no, that's right. That was a hypothetical.
That
We just want to know how far we can go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We wanna know what's gonna happen
We
in
want to
every
know because it's Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
right. Exactly.
So that's all that was.
Like,
But-
that's my car freshener. What you talking about?
Right. You better stick your head in here and get some.
Right.
So, yeah, I believe that it needs to be loosened because Nevada is part of the pioneer of getting these cannabis lounges.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
God, I want
Yeah.
that.
They
is
rocking.
a baby.
They rocking.
That's a dream of mine. A cannabis lounge.
So
That's a
15,
true dream
it
of mine.
15 lounges have been approved across the county. So they're going to have to work with this board. It's working.
It's worked clearly.
It's
They're
working.
changing laws, like
Yeah.
that.
So
Right.
I wonder if with that they're going to allow, because I think if you have a marijuana or it's, they're not incorporating, you can't have alcohol or serve alcohol. I wonder if that's eventually going to be.
yeah.
Oh, the
that's
two together?
True.
Yeah.
Listen, I could do without the alcohol. Bring me some water
Right.
and some fruit juice.
Right.
And maybe even make sure I got a snack
I'll
when I get
pregame.
the
Right,
lunches.
a
I'll
snack.
pregame before I.
Yeah.
I'll take a snack and
Ain't
some
nobody
trees.
playing with that alcohol.
Right.
That
Before some
alcohol
alcohol.
kills. Alcohol kills. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it
Ain't
do.
nobody really. You're
I
not
don't know
hearing
what y'all
that.
talking about. I'm pregaming before I get there. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. And you pregame when you there.
Right.
Yeah.
Honey, you bring that little thing and you order you some juice and you do that thing.
Do that thing.
So
We just talking. These are we don't do these.
y'all in our living room.
Hypothetical.
This is all hypothetical.
Y'all are in our living
conversation.
room right now. So here's some things to know. The lounges have to be at least 15,000 feet from the casino and 1,000 feet from each other. However, a
Okay.
lounge owner can request that the city council allows it to be closer than 1,000 feet to another lounge unless it's near certain types of businesses like casinos, schools, medical facilities, as it should.
Right.
Right. Alcohol will not be allowed. Okay.
Okay. Answered the question right there. Huh?
And all smoking, vaping, consumption must happen inside unless there is a special approved for outdoor smoking and vaping and outdoor consumption of edibles. So what
Okay.
that's saying is just pay the extra for that license.
Right.
When you're having an
Exactly.
event.
Right.
Okay, that's
Okay.
really what that means. So 15 licenses were issued for applicants who operate within the city limits, Clark County being one. Don't play with us. That is us, the city of Las Vegas, Washoe County, Story County, and Nye County. So they'll be spread out. And we're just going to travel. We will support the industry.
I'll be right there with you. We will support you.
Yeah, so there was a little caption that said you can't, it has to be inside. Despite what everybody thinks, even though you're smoking outside, it still is. They want you smoking indoors in private residences
Right.
or whatever have you, private whatever. And so just
Them lounges
disclosure.
gonna be
They're about to
smoked
make tons of money.
like that
Yeah.
garage where that
Well, the
man
cold
said,
part
I can't
is,
even see.
I don't know if this might predate you guys is here, but Suge had a club. Suge Knight had a club out here,
Oh, really?
and it was very dirty. In terms
okay.
of, I mean, you came in, you rolled up. It was a counter. You was rolling up on the counter. You was smoking. It was smoked out, and it was chicks upstairs on stage. It was everything you needed to be if that's what you needed.
Ooh, we
It
need
was
one of
down
them.
Flamingo.
Oh, we need one of them back, and you know
And he
what?
had
They
Short
probably
performing and all
familiar.
that stuff going on, but yeah, he was part owner in that club or something like that. Do you remember it?
I do.
You better stop.
I remember it was like an all nighter club, wasn't it too? Wasn't they open like after hours? Was it after hours?
It was.
Because I think I remember
It had
going
after
down
hours.
that street.
The parking lot was popping too. It was parking lot pimping in.
And somebody called my name, and I was like, "Who the hell knows me in Las Vegas?" Because I didn't live here; I was just visiting. Oh my God! And it was fools from Oakland, because Too Short was in there.
That's right.
Oh, well, there you
Anytime he was there, I was there. Because we could always, you don't need ID, blow the whistle. It was. He know what it is. So look, Miss Irene has joined us.
There
MJ
was a
Robbins.
question, too.
Hey,
How
Mama.
many minorities own these lounges? And by minority, I mean you ain't got to say
Yes,
nothing.
that's
Brown
a
and
good
black.
question. Very
You know
good
what?
question.
I'm pretty sure that color was not in the disclosure to us. But as soon as they submitted their license, they knew exactly. You know what I'm saying? They knew who they were.
And we'll find out.
We will find out.
We will find out.
Yep.
Because the one thing black people do is we let you know we own it.
Yes.
Right.
We-
Because
we-
which
we
black
let you know.
lounge? What's black owned? We gonna go to that lounge.
Right. Right.
Yep. But here's the deal. The idea is because there's so many black businesses out here. And really a part of that application is being, grounded here in Las Vegas. The application will open up.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's no way they can keep a lounge to 15 people when you have cigar lounges and shit
Right.
I
like
think
that,
it's
you know
probably
what I'm
like their
saying?
test run.
Yeah,
It is.
that
It has
sounds
to
like
be.
it. A test run.
So they went to the high dollar, who's going to put up that $1 million? Because when they first started, even with the marijuana licenses, when they first started saying that to get a dispensary, you needed $1 million accessible. Not just,
Well, that makes sense.
not just,
'Cause it's a lot
your
to
worth,
it.
your net worth, your housing and all that. They wanted you to have $1 million available. And so that just kicked a lot of people out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like liquid?
Liquid.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So,
Weeding out people.
Yep.
yeah, and that's what.
That's the
yeah.
quickest way to do it.
And then they had to reform because they kicked a lot of people out for this very reason. That our governor has at least said, if you've already been in that line of business and we messed up, you should be able to get back in the industry.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
and that normally affects the minorities, MJ. You know what I'm saying? That failed war on drugs was a war on black people.
Yes,
and
it was.
a war on black men. So let's send my prayers out for that. And speaking of black men, how we doing in the Dayton area? Anything we want to talk about?
Not
Speaking
here.
of my brothers
Not
and my
here.
sisters.
Ain't nothing special going on. Same old dirty swimming pool.
How your swimming pool dirty too? You a whole
You know,
A whole generation away.
yeah,
I'm
you a
not
whole
even-
generation away. Y'all pool dirty too?
There's nobody really important out there, and people who like you, you don't like them. And people who you want to talk to,
that's
just
consistent.
not consistent enough.
Yeah.
But I am meeting a friend in Orlando in a few weeks, so
Here we go.
we traveling and meeting people because ain't nobody in Vegas. So.
They flying you
Step
out?
your game
Yes.
up.
Got
Oh,
the
yeah,
room,
I like
everything.
that.
Yes.
Flued out. Get
Flued
flued out.
Yeah.
Hey, Vicky, where's the pool, man?
Right?
MJ said, true. Wealth building usually leaves 90% of us out in the cold.
Yep.
And we really
Right.
trying to change
We
that.
are
Yes,
trying to
we
change
are.
Baby,
that.
we trying to change it. And even this conversation that we have here get it together. We're trying to change it. We're trying to change how we eat. We're trying to change how we elevate. We're trying to change how we heal. We're trying to get therapy. We're trying to, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to, so that we are ready for the blessing, because trust me, those that were first are going to be last, and those that was last going to be first, and this ain't no preaching. I'm just telling you.
It's the truth. You're going to watch. It's all kind of really
prepared.
Unfolding in front of us.
It is.
For those that are aware and you can see, there, if your eye is open, and you know what eye I'm talking about, you can see essentially what's going on around you.
Miss Vicky, so the pool, back to the pool, it's a trip because we were talking about how these young men are so attracted to the older women. And that's been that way for quite some time, at least for me, because I've been older for quite some time.
These boys need mamas.
Exactly.
Oh, they need mamas so bad. It's not even
that was
funny.
When the points are made. They be having mama issues.
Yes, they do. That is now.
The mind frame of an older woman, or because even I feel it. I'm like, I'm 33, but these 21, 20 people went to school with my brother. I'm just like, how y'all?
So let me tell you something.
Me?
If you stay single long enough, you're gonna watch them. The generations are gonna still be reaching out. Especially if you continue to age gracefully, because I can tell you right now,
it
is they thinking I'm 26.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a 22-year-old still talking, hollering. He is still trying to holler. I'm like, boy, you are 22. Go live your life,
baby. Go.
You can look at your mama and know how you gonna age.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I told my daughter's boyfriend. I said, I need you to understand. She's gonna age well. So you know. And she got a high stock value as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
so you better come with it.
A high stock value. Yeah.
Come with it.
Definitely.
So
roses came to the door today.
I'll tell you this. Good, absolutely. So sometimes it's not even the mama issue too. A lot of these men just can't seem, they seem to be saying to me that they can't find women that are mentally together
in their age, in their age range,
and
right.
so I don't know what you're expecting.
Right,
you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, and so you're gonna always have to. I mean, if you want to be taught anything, come on this way. Well, I'm a teacher.
You a teacher?
I'm not.
I'm past that stage. I don't want to teach nobody nothing.
She said, MJ say youngins don't cook. Yeah, you know, and that's for.
They all about the city girls right now.
I mean, I dated 12 years younger than me, and he cooked. I mean, I can't say that they don't. It just depends on, I guess, how they were raised. In all honesty.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Or you talking about can't cook like in the bedroom?
The youngins girl. Leave it to you to take it to the bedroom. I think she was saying the youngins, like the females. I don't know. Clarify.
Oh, the women.
The youngins don't cook. So, because we were saying that
the women,
they seem to say that they, we have our stuff together and stuff like that. But these young men, they want to ride. And it ain't necessarily a sugar mama, because I'm never that. Like,
never.
That's never going to happen.
Never, right.
And they know that. Like, you can look at me and tell I'm not with that shit.
Yeah, right.
No. Right? But they really be wanting that ride of, a mature woman who knows how to carry her alcohol. If she decides she going to sleep with you, she might get up and make you some breakfast in the morning in your own fucking house. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's that, they want to be taken there, and I just sometimes
they
don't
want
have
that
kind
extra
of energy.
Yeah, they want that extra.
The maturity, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be pissy drunk. You gonna have your facilities together.
And they feel like you're not going to have an immature stance when they do some immature shit. They feel like an older woman is gonna,
probably,
not
because I ain't got time to chase your ass
in that immaturity and breaking your windows and pouring Karo syrup down your gas tank and busting out all your tires, because they think we're not going to do that, and that's that young girl stuff.
Okay, I can get with what you're saying.
Yeah.
So,
but they everywhere.
But that ain't
and they
true.
all in my DMs. I'm not trying to be funny, but they are, and I'm like, boy.
Right. How old are you? 19.
I'm looking for my king. Like, I'm looking for, I'm looking for. I
can't call you that. Okay.
I don't know that I really can, but you might be able to, because I'm telling you, this youngster, my Sacramento youngster.
I think I know who you're talking about too, because I think we'd have met him.
Oh, wait a minute. This was not this the tea. But hold up. If he had his shit together, if he really had like everything really together going for him, he's a young kid.
It depends on how old you are. There's like maybe 25, 26.
What do you think?
Ooh, I know how that's hard.
I'm scooping it right
That's
back up.
just
No,
hard.
you gotta be my age. Maybe
So what if you
29.
are missing out on a whole pool of people because the older men might be dying off?
And they ain't no good either.
Yeah, they be on some bullshit too.
They do.
Because black men, listen. We want you to be alive. We want you to be in your kids' family. We want you to make it into an old age, which is why we have Get It Together,
Yes,
because
we
we're trying to give you some statistics and some methods to get your life together, so that you don't die of heart attacks like our black men have been dying early.
Exactly. Smoking cigarettes. Blood pressure high at 33. You're in the hospital. That's the stuff I'm considering.
Diabetes, and you under 50.
What's your health look like?
Listen, I got a video.
I don't want to take care of nobody at 35.
Jezzi, am I not lying? I got a video that talks about I want your health report.
Yes.
That's about 4 years old.
Yes.
Look, I want your health and your STD.
Yes.
That was
We need
okay. I'm gonna go
If
resurrect
she
the video.
made a video about how you getting your license as a grown ass man is not a flex, and
No,
you don't need to
not.
be congratulated because
And
you
to
got
not
your
have one
license.
is a shame,
Is a shame.
because it is the basic requirement to function in the world.
Yeah.
Is some sort of identification.
Now I understand you're trying to get your life back together, and you had a rough, childhood, and maybe now you 30, and your older age, finally getting all your stuff back. Because sometimes they put them limitations on, and you could be understanding, but it's not a flex if you just now wanted to take care of your stuff and just now want to get it together
And keep it quiet, because I don't know what the expiration and the start date is of your license, so you don't really need to be telling nobody.
Yeah, keep that to yourself.
And listen, if you're not licensed, I don't mind you telling me, especially if we taking a road trip and you don't have your license, and I'm gonna need you to take over, or I need you to, so get it together, right? Get it together. Get your life together. But I don't,
So the young ones be on YouTube too?
Yeah. Maybe 21, 22. And they say the same thing. I might be young, but I'm a man. I could take, y'all some babies.
Stay in your place.
Yeah, I had even met up with one day. I was out and he was close, and I was like, let me just see. And he was real tall. I think that was the only thing he really had going, but I'm like, you're just a baby.
Was he tripping over his feet while he was walking?
He's so wrong.
He actually had it going on. He was getting his life together, had a pretty good job, but I just couldn't get past
the age?
Or
Or was it his actual maturity level? Because I think I can get past a number.
22.
If your maturity level.
Okay,
I don't even know how you.
So,
but yeah.
So
yeah, your mama's a different beast.
Baby.
So, but listen,
she's a different beast.
My thing is, if you stick around long enough, and maybe you won't.
He blocked me too. He was real offended.
So listen, if you stick around long enough, if you're not snatched up, wiped up, you're gonna meet these same people around the corner, and we're gonna see what they do in a couple of years.
Right.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
My little dude was 19. Like I was like, boy, I can't even take you to go get a drink. I'm gonna wait a little while. He was like 20 or something like that. When he turned 21, he was, what you say? Can we hook up? I was like, little boy,
and then
look.
even the way we look together, I'm like, oh, you look like my little brother.
Listen,
Like,
everybody, all of them, girls were still flirting with him because I was auntie. And after a while, I was auntie. We just played the role because it was fun.
I tried that. Somebody, he shouldn't be. He ghosted me so quick. I was like, call me auntie. That nigga, I ain't never heard from him again. I was like,
and you wasn't in
I was
bed
trying
when you
to do
said
what you was. We was.
All right, I'm out.
You know she lying, y'all. We both stand-up comedians.
I'm gonna head on out.
I'm not lying. We was in bed.
That's right. Look, so Vicky said I like the medium old. Me too, but you know what?
Medium
I have
old.
a whole stand-up routine that I like them retired.
Yeah, with the teeth. Mm-hmm.
No teeth. So it ain't they
With
can
no
have
teeth.
partials if you will. You know what I'm saying? They can pull them out and
Okay.
take them in. I don't care. Just keep them in when you with me, and take them out when you doing your do. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm just talking. But look, them men got pension plans.
Yeah.
And wills. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so MJ says, so many of us don't even go see a doctor. I'm not one of them. So many of us don't and know how to ask, seek help from other brothers. I'm not one of them. Yeah, and it's true.
Yes.
A lot of, and that is really what we talk about on the show is go see the doctor.
Just go, come on.
Like this ain't even Curtis Blow. Go see the doctor. I don't know if that's who.
And I just figured out how you get root canals just yesterday because I've never had one, but I'm just like, okay, so you telling me
you gotta get your
because you wait so long to go get a filling. That it gets into I'm going to get this cavity fixed
decay.
ASAP.
And let me tell you something about a dentist. That is that's the one place you can really not avoid because that is that's a leading cause to a lot of
other
crap.
stuff. It actually leads to a lot of other stuff. It travels. It can travel to your brain.
And once it does that, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So black men, we really. And this is to the black community, period. It ain't just the black men, but the black women are doing a lot more in the areas of health, and we always kind of have.
Just an auntie.
So, So, yeah, that's...
President Angie. Everybody popping in.
That's pretty interesting. Well, yeah, pop on in the room. We've
Come
been
on
talking
in.
about some
Come
good
on
shit.
in.
And listen, go back and watch the show, because it's live right now. But go back and watch it because we really touched on some good stuff. We talked about the marijuana lounges. They coming forth. So, come through. We're going to have a good time. And we're trying to set some stuff up
might
ourselves.
Have some birthday parties at these lounges
real
soon.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
those are real parties
and
we're
trying to
get
in the community because we want to be ready.
Right.
We need to be getting ourselves in position. We got the whole Raiders. We got the whole Bay Area at our doorstep right now. We talking about sports. We talking about A's possibility. Like that's humongous. Wild. We got the Raiders. I think I stuck around long enough, and I willed Oakland here because I couldn't always make it back home. I swear. Clearly, because it's going down.
Because if the A's get here in their summer camp is right there in Arizona, 4 hours away.
Right. And let me tell you something about Arizona. Arizona is popping.
Yes, it is.
When it's going down, people don't understand. Baseball is quiet wealth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And so. It's also it's very easy to win money, sports bets. I heard a lot of people who bet on baseball say that they win a lot of money on baseball because it's an easy sport to bid on and to So
to
I'm gonna tell you
wager.
something. I went to Arizona to Scottsdale one year, and it was me and Stephanie, your cousin, and we decided we was gonna hang out because we were. It just so happened to be that season
summer camp.
Yeah, and we got an invite.
Players.
We got an invite. For summer
Listen,
camp time.
it was what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. I can name drop. But anyway, we very famous Sosa. It was Sosa.
Really?
Yeah. So, he
the
threw a party.
Bleacher.
He threw a party. That party was off the chain. So, FYI, where the pool is. It's those kind of, you just go to those kind of gatherings. Yeah. Because that's where the non-blacks are showing up. So sisters need to show up.
Yeah, they do.
You need to know where to be.
Yeah.
Because they prefer us, you know what I'm saying?
We just not showing up, but they love to see beautiful black women step into the room.
So me and Stephanie were the only two black women in there. Can I tell you, I had a hard time leaving, and I was so scared because I'm like, these are real baseball players trying to get me to go home. And so one of them, I know name drop. He was like, follow me, and I was like, I'm scared, Steph. She was like, okay, well, we going back because y'all was at the house, the kids was at the house. It was a whole family get together, but I had an opportunity to just go. But then they gave us tickets to one of their pre-games the next day. Oh, boy. He was like, I'm going to leave them for you because, you're moving too slow for me. I was like, oh no. But, yeah, they was pulling on the way out the door. I was like, who do I go to? And it was, Dominican.
Yes,
beautiful men.
Beautiful. Oh, wow.
Anyway, I digress. I want to spend the next few minutes. We just talking about a lot of stuff. Sammy Sosa, that was the main. Yeah. He threw a little after party, and it was everything, especially being the two black, beautiful women in the house.
Yeah.
The rest were non-black, and they were doing the most. All we had to do was just gracefully move through. And it was so easy.
Right.
If I knew then what I knew now, I was such a mother. Oh, I was such a mother.
I should have been there.
I need to get home to my babies.
Yes.
Yeah, I needed to throw you in the time chamber and move you forward.
Because I'm ready now.
You ready?
So I want to spend the last few minutes on our soul food and just kind of recap because you mentioned something about what kind of was trending on your timeline, and it seemed to correlate with what was in my heart, which was womanhood. And
how it's under attack right now by the LGBTQITZ community.
And I don't even know if it's just them. I feel like it's a group of men that just.
Yeah. I honestly do. I don't understand it.
Oh, because of the redefining of what it looks like.
Right. Because from what I looked at, they want to change our whole title. Because women, they don't want, gender is a social construct. Where sex is what you were assigned at birth. So now they want us to say some old long drawn out name for a woman versus just saying a woman, because they're saying a woman actually is like a gender role
versus who you were born.
Versus how you were born. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
It feels extreme. And so what I was thinking about in the area of the womanhood was, what is that? So, what does that really embrace as true women and as true black women? Because at some point we're gonna have to put our foot in the sand.
Yeah,
what happens in life is things start getting introduced and you have to pick a side.
Yeah, you do.
Because God don't like you lukewarm.
Yeah,
and I see why they say that. You know what I'm saying? Be a decision maker.
Right.
And then stand behind your decision.
And
we're getting to that place where everything we do is going to require a check of your own morality, your own spiritual journey, and you're going to have to pick a side, right? So we're going to have to stand as women to be able to still defend, or not necessarily defend because we're walking defense.
Right.
But that hold our position, and it takes unity.
Yes, it does.
It's not one at a time. It's no attack against people.
None. Absolutely none.
Yeah. But they're making it hard for you to even say, I like myself.
Yes.
Or to address it. Because I'm just sitting here like, how do I properly, without offending, you know?
Right. Because if you say a natural woman, that offends a certain community. How is a natural woman title? I'm born a natural woman. You mean cis, what is that? Cis something? Cis woman?
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
So much
new stuff by the day.
I can't keep up. So all I can keep up with is who I am. And I like who I am, and I'm going to say who I am, and I actually have a womb, and I gave birth, and I had children. And, you know, I have a real,
let's be real.
I have a real period. And listen, you can't take that experience away from me because that was hardcore. It's hardcore. I'm going through menopause now. You know, anybody that's not a woman will not know what that feels like. Like, you'll know what it is to have a hot flash, but you will not know what it is to go through menopause and feel like the way women over 45 tend to feel.
Yeah, I've been seeing, like, even they're trying to even promote the men can have babies too, but they were actually born biologically.
So I had a dream.
A female.
Let me say this before I have to say this. I had a dream that there was a baby that was born, and this baby was, it was amongst us, nobody knew, but it had already transitioned. It was kind of like, there's an old school movie that my mother and I watched, we loved, and I can't think of the name of it, but basically this lady in the end gives birth to this computer baby, because like she winds up having an affair with this house. And all that computer tech, and I'm telling you, this was like 1970.
Was it like It or something?
It's
Alive.
It's Alive.
It's Alive. Yeah. That movie scarred
Hollywood
me.
Understood.
I've never seen
that movie scarred me.
I had a dream, and I want to talk about this real quick because I had it at my niece's house. So we went to Arizona this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of womanhood, and we spent time together with my niece, my daughter, and I, and we did some meditative things. We did a lot of stuff that we felt were healing and natural. Instead of sometimes
like some sage right now.
Right, burn that sage, talk that shit.
Yeah.
That's right. She's cleaning up because on the way out, we need to be blessed on the way in and the way out.
Yeah, we
That's
did a
right.
lot of natural little things, some blue lotus.
Blue Lotus.
Amongst what we
I'm gonna have to. I need the plug on that one.
And that's why you had a dream.
And that is why I bring that too.
Dream.
Yeah.
It was very much because we are at a new dimension. I'm gonna tell you something interesting. My watch has never stopped since Whitney bought it for me, and I wear it every day. When I came out of that moment, it had stopped. Second hand was still going. Yeah, it might need the battery replaced, one might say. No, time has stopped. And it had stopped for hours. It was like a couple hours. So I reset it. It's back to business. So that whole experience, Arizona is already a vibe.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Anywhere you go that has those types of stony rocks and red dirt, that
I've always
earth,
said when I lived out there, that is where my soul got healed from that relationship that I was in. That's where my healing took place. Living in Arizona for a year and some change. Extremely healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all that to say that, we might feel like we need to really, this baby was, I don't know what it was able to do in terms of like the sex of it or any of that, but just we're here.
Was so scary.
We're
just
here.
Imagine these babies who are being born outside of what we would call a natural woman. They're being born in these, they're incubating outside, and I'm just like, so in some
test
years
tube
we're going to
babies.
see these babies, and we might, we may or may not know
which one is which.
Yeah.
I think they already walk amongst us. I think they're already
they're usually pretty far,
here.
Because
before they let us know, I'm thinking they're already doing this.
Yeah, they're usually pretty far ahead of us. I mean, if they can make tubes that can go all the way down to the goddamn Titanic with visuals, if they can put that together, then they sure enough can incubate some chicken and incubate some babies. It's going down. I mean, science has no limit, and I think that's where I draw the line in terms of between science and God, and sometimes that's a little much. But MJ says, since I stopped dyeing my beard, now I'm an OG. I don't know if Sammy Sosa was black or white, but I'm gonna tell you it was the black Sammy when I was there. He was pretty dark. He was very much Dominican. He was very much in the sun. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So he also asked a good question. One thing I don't understand about the gender thing is how do natural women or men make sure they get the doctor checkup to prevent or treat certain disease, cancers, etc. Right. How do you know to go get a prostate check or, different things on men versus women, breast exams? It's just too deep.
I guess because the doctors still have to look at your sex.
Maybe
sex orientation is
still a driver.
Your sex orientation is still what it is. You were either born a female or a male.
But I know they got these doctors on their toes.
Yeah, they do.
I feel for the doctor community. A doctor call in on the next show.
I would love to hear from a doctor.
5261. I would really like to hear too what's going on in the community, because I feel like the pressure is on a lot of people to accommodate.
Yes, it is.
And then everybody deserves what they deserve. But you cannot wipe out womanhood, is all I'm saying. Whatever you do with the rest of the life is not my full concern if it doesn't affect me directly and it doesn't
I don't really
impose
care
on my morals or my beliefs or any of that.
Right.
But I'm going to keep hollering. I am a woman, and I respect all the women around me and all the women who've gone through childbirth, and even the ones who have not gone through childbirth. Let's be clear.
Right.
You can't really be a woman without a period, and if you don't have a period, there's medical reasons why you don't have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a woman, you were born with a vagina, and I don't care. IDC. So we have come to the end of the show. It was fast.
We love talking to y'all.
Even
though we seem like we're talking to ourselves.
And can I tell you, I fast on Thursdays now, because I didn't realize that every time I kept saying I'm fasting, I didn't realize now I might as well just make it focused.
Make it an intentional fast.
Definitely intentional on Thursdays. So we come before you guys on Hot 702.5 FM. It is Get It Together every Thursday. Same place, same time. Same participation.
Yes, indeedy, sweetie.
Yes. We love y'all. We send blessings. Thank
Peace,
you for
love,
tuning
and light.
All right.
And good night.
Better see you back here.